So yeah, there you go. So look, this is going to be mute. It's going to go, you know, it'll be fine in a couple of weeks. It'll be fixed, but it just shouldn't be released like that. I mean, it's not a me problem, is it? It's not a you problem either. It's a their problem. Really? $70? But it's all down to this amazingly modeled, study level 3D cockpit that allows you to really fly the 737 in your own home.
Nevertheless, grave danger I fear in this training.
it. I put this during Discord, and I'll have some odd random stream during the week, and I'll see you then, folks.
Yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.
And we will certainly miss you, but he's going to stay special goodbye there, folks. See what happens. The sea is climbing all over the place. Come on, crashing it, right, we're buttons. It's time for us to sign off. I think she wants to treat. Do you want to treat little buttons? Do you want to treat? Okay, just look at me until I actually get up to speech. Excellent, folks. Pleasure as always. You soon. See you next time.
And once again, we're back, folks. Greetings and salutations to all. I hope you're having a wonderful week, a good week. A few showers. Don't worry about the rain. It's a good thing. I love the rain. You know, if you're in Scotland now in Edinburgh and you're going, oh, it's raining again. I like the rain. I don't hate it, but I like it. It's just there. The bad weather. I don't know why we complain. You know, I go walking up the field someday in the farms around my local area. It's the ATR coming soon, by the way. That's not an advertisement for the new release coming in next month, isn't it? I'm looking forward to the ATR. Sorry, I digress once again. But the weather is the weather, you know. And if you learn about the weather, I kind of like it. I like days like today sometimes. Not when I have to walk. Look, I'm babbling again. Not like when I have to walk producer buttons. Which reminds me of producer buttons. I have a treat in my pocket here for producer buttons. Oh, it's easy buttons. Careful, you just hit the controllers there. Good talk. Jeez, she really jumped there. I think she's getting better, folks. She's getting much better. What was that? What has she done? I'm sorry I don't have the other camera. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop Microsoft from updating my machine without me. You know, you can set it so don't update my machine. Don't force me to update my machine because shit happens. Because the camera is not working and it's flashing like it's a thunder here. That's not my PC. I think it's Microsoft Flight Simulator can't handle something. So welcome everybody. Let's have a look at the comments here. Robert Times, thank God Robert Times is with us again, folks. He is our saviour and he's teaching me everything about the 737. Now, Robert is going to cringe here, right? Because he knows all the stuff, okay? But I'm just going to start up and we're going to learn when we're in the cruise. Right? I know you don't like that. What is going on here? I'm just trying to get the comments here on YouTube, folks. That's all I'm trying to do so I can see your chat. There we go. That was my echo there from the other channel. There we go. We've got the chat up there for YouTube. Greetings to Redcap, Arrogant Sour Gravy. Greetings to you. Redcap's stuck on checking for updates for the last 20 minutes. I know. Looks like I picked the wrong day to give up drinking. Yes. Every day is the wrong day to give up drinking, as far as I'm concerned. It's just wrong, you know. So look at, guess what? We're in the 900. I don't know if you noticed that in the title. Ooh, no difference. I just did it, so I thought I should have it for the channel. I should have it for you all, right? Is there any difference I noticed in the cockpit? No. I had a quick flight last night on my own until I was up really late actually, and it was fine. The only thing I noticed here is this here, the radio, so it looks handy. I noticed this here, so my radio stack, does it work? Oh, it does. That's the VOR. I don't want the VOR. I want the. I don't know what's going to go. We'll see what happens in the cruise. Is that new there? This thing here? So it's a longer aircraft, and of course, it's what they've done in Boeing in the real world. If you think about getting a Mini, changing it from a 4-seater to an 8-seater, how is it going to handle? Now, I'm sorry about the flashing. I don't know why it's doing that in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but as you can see here, the body's longer than the wings for a change here, so it's a lot longer, you know. So that's what's happening. I think when we take off and get in the cruise, that flashing will stop. So it'll. Now I shouldn't have mentioned it now because you're going to notice it, and I'm noticing it even more. I wasn't there yesterday. Okay, so what I've done here, right? I just put on the battery, I connect the ground power, and I start the APU. That's all I've done. That's all. That's all. Usually I go from real cold and dark, but I just thought I'd get ahead of the game. Robert Times, who's our saviour to learn the 737, he says, evening grip, a nice flight yesterday, good job on setting the rings at the last moment. Yeah, I know, it was really bold of me, wasn't it? You shouldn't be doing that. I just want to get it in so I don't forget. See how these things get easier. Oh, he says, okay, so see how these things get easier. Once you've done it a few times, you're getting there, man. Thank you, Robert. Now, let's finish up. Oh, God, here we go. Let's finish up on clearing of the pre-flight bad habits, shall we? Better not go up into realism until current flow is properly ironed out, okay? Then let's roll. Well, I want to get in the air because what happened the last day, Robert, is we were on the ground so long. Are we gonna have a chat with everyone about this? People just dropped off because I was learning too much on the stream. Do you know, a little bit too much. So I'm going to kick it off on the ground as just to get from A to B, and we're going to talk about that in the air, okay? Because I need stuff written down, and I have another thought with regards to procedures and stuff for Flight Simulator. Do you know? So let me get kicked off here. I look over. Keep it simple though, Robert. Right? I look over from time to time. I'm going to follow the checklist. And we're going to go. Right, park and brake. So they fixed that with the update. It wouldn't work for everybody, including me. So you got that's working. That was just the update 12 that broke that. They've updated PMDG. Battery guarded and closed, yeah, because I switched it on. Standby power guarded and closed. Standby power. I see the emergency exits there. I'll just put that on now when I see it. There it is. This guarded and closed. Left side to fuel pumps. Fuel pumps. I know Roberts is having conniptions now because this is not the right way. APU I already put on. The APU. A generator. Right, so I did wait, Robert. I waited, and now I put on the generator for the APU. Position lights to steady. They're steady. Logo lights, put those on. I'll put the anti-collision lights on now. Did I get GSX working again? Gotta hate the program. Hopefully they fixed it because I couldn't stream with it. Let's put them on now. Alright, just say we're loaded up. I'm going to put the wing lights on because it's going to get dark later on. I will leave the wing light off. Passenger signs. Alt L for some lightage. There we go. Passenger lights there. Get in your seats, dummies. Pax Auto. Where are you, Pax? Boom. Boom. IRS mode selectors. I did that already. Where are you? Okay, all good. And flight management computer, let's go to that. Now, I'm going to slow down a little bit here, Robert, right? Not too much. Very good. Waiting for the APU was the first item on the bad habit list. Oh, great. So I was good. I've been a good fellow. Happy days. Sorry about the flashing. Jesus, it's driving me mad. Didn't do this, just does it now and again. I gotta stop those damn Windows updates. I think it's to do with drivers. Well, it's not, because everything else, it works fine except for Flight Sim. You know? Pausing it. Copy from here to here. Ah, I got you, Robert. You don't do it that way. You do it this way. Go to next page. Copy the left side. And you go back to previous page and you put it in here. See? See? I'm remembering things. I have a memory. All humans have. They're standard. They come as standard for all humans, which is great. Now, I know this FMC business is all very random. I know. Now, let's go to route and request our flight plan. Oh, I didn't do my flight plan yet. I didn't do my flight plan yet, did I? No. Okay, let's do that then. Now, let's see if it flashes outside. It won't flash outside, wait, you see. Okay, here's sim brief. There we go. Go to the web. Sim brief. Sim brief coming up, folks. Sim brief is coming. Yeah. New version is available. Will I? Update. New flight. We are departing from Echo Golf Bravo, which is Birmingham, to Echo Golf PH. Fine. We're using a 737. Where are you? 737. 737. Where is it? 737-900 we're on, of course. Okay, there we go. And I confirm that this is the right one, because if I go here, it has all the PMDG stuff. Let's go to economy config. How boring. I know. It's boring, alright. It is flashing. If anyone has any ideas how to stop the flashing, let me know. There, Robert says that was the second flashing. Correct. Thank you, Robert. And let's generate that. Wouldn't mind, but I bought a new HD cable to stop the flashing. It worked for ages. And now, of course, do you know? Now, of course, it's back again. How much did I spend to that computer, folks? How much did I spend on 1490 and all the stuff? Microsoft just can't handle it. Just can't handle the truth. Birmingham, we are departing. Runway 15. And we're coming into Edinburgh and runway 24. Our standard incident departure for Birmingham is Lima Uniform Victor Uniform Mike 1 Yankee. Our arrival, let's move the mouse there. Our star into Edinburgh is India, November, Papa India, Papa 1 Echo. Our cruise altitude is giving me 24,000 feet. Flight level 240. Good stuff. And our transition altitude is going to be, I'll just have a graph here. Come on, have a graph. Let's go. La 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 la. Echo. Hotel, please. What? Takeoff. Edinburgh. Just get any old place here to tell me 5,000 feet usually, isn't it? 6,000 feet. Ooh, 6,000 feet. Unless otherwise directed by ATC. Trans. 6,000 feet. I'm sorry for saying trans there. Oh, you said a word that you're not allowed to say. I don't know how all that stuff works, but they're doing it now. They're going crazy. I can't say transition altitude. Okay, so there we go. So I've flight plan. Now we can request a flight plan. There's two in there. That's the one we did. That's the one I did last night. This one I'm doing. There we go. That's the one we're doing now. And select that one. 220 nautical miles. Oh, I'm going to be busy here. It's going to be a quick flight. You know. Flying Michi's with us. Greeting, Flying Michi. I hope you're well. Now, Robert Time says, now, only just the third item, which is engine start. Just go for it and have it over and done with. It's piss easy. Okay, let's finish the flight plan first. Let's load the flight plan here. Do all that kind of stuff. Right. Okay, you gotta wait, because it's realistic. How does this work? How is it Wi-Fi? Is it some sort of airline, you know? Activate. Execute. There we go. So now, if I go into... Oh, we'll follow along. Kind of follows you along, I think. Let's do this. So, 0 fuel weight. 138.2. It's much bigger, isn't it? Reserve. You have to put something in reserve so you're stuffed. Cost index, we'll put in Ryanair 5. I just make that up. Ryanair, I don't know what they use, 3 or something. I didn't know in the cost index, Robert, you could go up to 500. I think you told me that the other day. I was like, what? Because I was going up to 100 and going, flight level 221. Well, you know, it's said there in the flight plan 240. So I don't know what to tell you. 240. So which one is it? Why is it saying flight level 221? What? Let me know. Which one do I pick? Do I flight this one or this one? You know? Now, while I'm here, wouldn't it make sense? I've decided my flight level, right? I leave it at 10,000 feet there and to put it here immediately after. No? That would make sense to me. Alright? And the altitude of our departing airport is 110 feet, so we'll put the closest 100. That's for landing. Look, we'll do that when we're landing, okay? So great. Not finished just yet with the FMC. We've got to do our arrivals and departures. Okay, so let's have a look at the next page. Let's go to arrival departure. Let's depart. We're departing runway 15. And we're leaving at Lima, uniform, Victor, uniform, Mike, 1 Alpha, left, right, the mic. Boom. I'll have you. Execute. And let's go to arrival departure again. Let's go to arrival now. And we're arriving into runway 24. I don't want to look on ILS 24, thank you. And it begins with India, November, Papa. India, Papa, 1 Echo. Okay, it's just left out one thing there. Execute. Boom. Done. Now, let's go to legs. I hope to God this works. So let's then go to plan mode. Plan mode. We go to 40 miles out because it'll take all day otherwise. And let's see what that looks like. Now, let's use what Robert gave us there, folks. Yeah, look what I can do. Look what I can do, folks. I can move it better. No descent path after. Okay. Oh, cruise altitude change to 26,000 feet. Which? So should I change it to 26? It's telling me to go to 26, so we'll ignore the flight plan. We'll go to 26, okay? Let's put it in here for shits and giggles. Right, 26. Right. 26. Robert, you can come on and tell me what's going on there if you want to, if you can. Okay, it is changed. I did that right. Clear that right. Step. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Robert taught me this because it's so awkward the other way. No, there's the top of descent there. Oh, okay, so we got a break there, right? So, so let's just join them up. Now this is a grey area because the airlines never fly it like this, folks. That looks okay. I think I can handle that turn. It's, you know, it may break up. I may go manually. I may go rogue. All right. If it breaks up here, because they're going to vector you, so you're coming in at least a 30-degree angle, or less. Right. Sim path after. Okay. Well, that'll be panic stations, and we'll fix that. Right. But you know, so this is not realistic. Do you know what, Robert? We could do. You could teach me how to create a waypoint on the way. That'd be great. So we can create one here. So it'll go here and then in nice at 30-degree angle. Right. Robert Time says. Just fill in your cruise altitude indeed, and it would make sense to fill it in on the pressure panel as well. Just create your own standard operating procedure a bit. Robert also says, for the used cruise altitude, go to the Perfinit page and double check the chosen cruise altitude. Okay, so Perfinit page. So we're going to confirm this cruise altitude, right? It says flight, see, it's giving me different stuff. It's saying I changed it to flight level 260. That's what that message is for. And I know I did it because I changed it. I don't know, folks. Okay. So we're good with our flight plan. Did I fix that? So we're good with our flight plan and the weather. Let me remember. Where was it? Did not give you the weather for the cruise, no? You can load it in here. The descent. It's an update? I don't know. Thank you, Robert. He said I'm right with that. Right, so that's the descent weather. But what about the cruise weather on the way? We're spending... okay. Descent forecast uplink. Execute. Okay, so we got that in there. En route winds, legs, route data. What's there another? Legs, route. Legs, route data. Legs. There is no route data in there. Am I missing something? Oh, and step because I haven't switched over. Map mode, that makes a difference there, folks. Come on, do it. What the deuce? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's why it didn't give me... There we go. See, it's changed here now, see? Because thank you, Robert. So, 2 places. Legs. Right, I'm going to do that again just for memory's sake. Go to legs. Hit route data. Request the winds. And you're made. Okay, cool. Rusty Burger Game is with us. Greetings, Rusty Burger. I hope you're doing well. Good afternoon, he says to Gripper Sim. Flight attendants and fellow passengers. Load the winds. This is subject loading. Execute. Next page, so look and see. Let's give us very many. Okay. Okay. That's as best you're going to get. That's as best you're going to get, isn't it? Notice send path after revive. Okay, we'll worry about that. Work on something ready. Yeah. Okay, so that's flight planning done, folks. That's FMC done. Transponder is as it is. ILS max speed, so V speeds and all that kind of stuff. So and one limit. All this stuff I've got to figure out as well. Takeoff. Flaps 5. CFG is loaded in from the flight plan. 150, 152, and 161. So V2 is 161. 161 in there, folks. 161. There we go. Backspeed, heading, takeoff, runway. Okay, what's the runway we're taking off here? Let's just do that proper because it does actually hurt my eyes as well. Echo, Golf, Papa, Hotel. We're coming into runway 24. I just want to get the exact runway heading. 241. So we want. No, hang on. What am I doing here? We're taking off. We're taking off runway 15. What am I saying? Birmingham, you dummy. Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah, that's it. There you go. We're taking off runway 15. Well, 146. See, it's difference. It's not 140. You know. It's not just runway. Sorry, 150. It's 146. Really. So heading 146. Where's that button there? Right over here. That's the altitude. That's 260, is it? Heading. There we go. There we go. Heading 146. Initial altitude set. Yaw damper on. Yaw damper here. It always eludes me. It's right above my head. Yaw dampers on. Window heat. Let's get the window heat on. We need that for... It makes the windows more pliable, you see. If you get a bird strike. They actually kind of bounce a little bit, if that makes sense. So they don't shatter like, you know. Window heat's on. Flight altitude. This recurs to the cabin pressure. So 26,000 feet is already set. Landing altitude. Actually, let's get the landing altitude in now, shall we? I've got to switch you over on Navograph here again. Landing altitude is 100 feet, so that's fine. Great, landing altitude set. Flight directors both on. So when you're getting into the airplane and you're looking at your man, you know the way you used to turn your head into the cockpit. You know what's going on, really, don't you? Flight directors are on. LNAV, VLNAV as required. Boom and boom. Good. Minimums ref. Well, that's not coming in. No. We'll do that on the way. Minimum's fine, yeah. Altimeter reference, that'll happen on the way. Auto brake, reject takeoff. Okay, fine. Let's just take off. Comms and radios are set, doors are closed. For start checklist, folks, auto throttle is armed. Fuel pumps are already on. Hydraulic fuel pumps, electric hydraulic fuel pumps. There you are. Anti-collision light is already on because I did that earlier on. Park and brake is set. Ground equipment. Remove and get all the stuff and peeps away from the aircraft now. So, into menu. Flights and matches. Ground services. Ground power. Did I do this already? What happens if you forget? You just do it again? Get rid of the ground power. I think I had it on anyway. Release the ground power. And remove the chocks. That should take the gates away. There we go. He's gone off, doing his thing. We'll get the backtrack going. So I want the nose to the. I want the nose to the. Would you? You can get these for. I'll tell you about that later. Here, I'm going to write down what to talk about in the cruise. So, MCP. What else are we going to talk about? There's something else I want to talk to you about. Oh yeah, procedures. There we go. That's all written down now. 20. 10. Right. So, I want to go behind myself. Basically, I want to go behind me. So I want to tail to the left. Tail to the left, please. Well, the tail to the left. Who have you got with this? Let's clutter up for a second. I want to clutter up. There we go. We've got Howard there in the A320. We've got Badge and Cowboy and Renewable Drop so far. Flying Mage is with us as well. He's at the end of the runway. And maybe one or two others. Let's release the brakes, shall we, before we... You know, brakes off now. Now we'll go back. Come on. What nose to the left? Oh no, I want to tail to the left. Come on. Matt, are you with us? Ginger Snapple Matt? Don't be calling yourself that. Give yourself a cool name. Why do some people give themselves funny names? It's just not right, is it? Bear with me, Robert. I see loads of comments there. Hang on. That's enough now. Stop the pushback. Come on, Mr. Matt. Come on. Now, I know as I'm pushing back, I should be starting the engine. Single pilot operations. Alt L to get rid of the light there. Parker brake back on. It's working now with the update. That's what was what earlier on. Just dropped off there, folks. Now, where was I? Okay, auto throttle armed, yeah, and the fuel pumps. Anti-collision light, park brake mount, and start the engine. Okay, so starting the engine. Let's have a read of Robert's comments he's teaching us, folks. At the transition level as well, see the above comment. But you can also do it in the cruise, just don't forget. Good afternoon, flight today. Oh yeah, yeah, I do. There is a lot of stuff to go in here, Robert, I know, but I don't want to be too long on the ground. I need to sort this out. So it is in here. Right, there's the transition. I thought I set that to the 5,000 feet. But it, you know, there we go. I don't know what, did it tell you anything? Is it any useful? Is it useful? Do you know? And we should really have that for the descent as well. But what does it do for us? What does it do for me? It's all about me, you know. Packs. Okay, so I'm going to need the bleed air and all that kind of stuff. And we know it didn't have the bleed air in my checklist, you know. So packs go, packs come off. Bleed air comes on. Doesn't mention that in the checklist. Otherwise you won't start the engines. And now let's start the engines, folks. Let's go to the left engine first. Boom, and grind. Oh, ground. I'm never going to get out of the habit of saying grind. I'm going to be saying grind all the time. There's the N2 spinning off now. We wait. That is 20. Thank you, Robert. Wait for it to be 20. Oh, I just another comment there. Let's stuck the fuel in there. There's 20 there now. So Robert says, engine start right first. Oh, it's not like the Airbus. Use ignition left or right. Do not switch between engine starts. And add fuel at 25%. Oh, 25%. Oops. Oops. And 2. When doing a turnaround, you can use both ignition options. Don't have to turn it to both again after the engine starts. So you leave it on both, really, is what you're saying there, isn't it? right engine first. Use only engine L or use only ignition L or ignition right. Do not switch it between engine starts. So let me confirm that, Robert, right? Because we know texting can be tricky, right? With our old comms with humans. Are you saying to me just leave it on both? So have it like here. Just yes or no. Leave it at ignition L or right after engine start. Oh, so just leave it at left. Oh, I thought I was to start the right or left engine. So there's standby ignitions. This is the left side and the right side. So it's the backup continuity kind of stuff going on. Ah. So this isn't to start the left engine or the right engine. Yes, against us, Robert. Right? That's the starting and the using one side. So the turnaround then, I'm thinking you mean, well, you can use the other side, so they wear down equally. That's my twisted logic with that one. Oh, so it's on the left, so I didn't think it would work. So you hit grind, right? And you go, okay. It does, look, it's all working. Okay, so to recap, thank you, Robert. Everybody thank Robert Times, hero of the day, folks. Here, yeah. Robert Times once again has come to the rescue, folks. Yeah. So this is not... this is not to say, you can start the left engine now and hit the button here, and the right. They're two different systems. So if one is broke, the other one will work. Well, what happens if you use both then? Why would you use both? It's a big thing behind this, of course, that every single button on this jet, you see, once I get to know these a little bit better, Robert, I'll be able to do videos. Just hit the videos, what's this for? And and have loads of little small videos. You know, that don't take 2 days to make, 3 days to make. So there you go. 25%. I know you said 25%, and it's starting now at 28%. 25% you said. There we go. Okay, engine starting. Great. There you go. You can give the on with you to so that's
good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this mostly uncomfortable and exhausting flight.
Okay, so engines are starting up.
Fasten your seatbelts and stow your loud babies in the overhead soundproof blockers.
Robert Times says both is only used in very cold conditions, I believe.
We also ask that
okay,
your seat and table
so that's why I have both.
Are in their upright position for takeoff. Please ensure all personal
now, Robert, I'm also thinking these should be in continuous for takeoff. So I'm going to write that on the checklist.
Implements are powered off. Smoking is prohibited throughout this flight, but we will serve large amount of alcohol to ensure that your intoxication levels are high for those of you who are feeling unruly. Alcohol is provided to ensure your personal intoxication and dehydration on arrival. Those of you who are mentally compromised will also be offered alcohol, but smoking e-cigarettes is mostly definitely prohibited. This will make sense
drink so much you can't have any e-cigarettes.
Thank you
Just
for
leave it there.
choosing Reaper Team for
now
your
I'll come back here before we take off, and I'm going to put it onto continuous in both
us.
engines. That's not my checklist either. Now we want the generators on each engine. We don't need the APU generators. And we can switch the APU off now. There we go, APU's off. We can put our taxi weights and runway lights on. Everything else is done. Everything else is fine. There's someone there going into land there. Look, I love these side windows here, by the way. I think it's really cool. Okay, let's start taxiing then, shall we? Before taxi, generators 1 and 2, which I just put on, didn't I? Hold on. Yeah, I did. Probe heat. Oh yeah, all the icicle stuff. Probe heat. Probe heat, where are you? What's up here? There we go. Oh, I already put it on. Good. Wings anti-ice is required, engine anti-ice required, not concerned about that. Packs are auto. Packs to auto. You hear the air conditioning coming through. We don't need this one either. That should goes to auto as well. APU bleed is off, APU is off, engine start switch is continuous. There we go. I'm just going to take another that engine start switches are continuous. I missed that there, and that has to be on for the pre-landing as well. You know, so they're on continuous. That makes sense to me, just in case. Flaps are as required, so we're going to put down 5 degrees of flaps. Good. Elevator trim. Yeah, where's the elevator trim? Where is the elevator trim, folks? Where is it? Let's get some music going here as well. Right, let's get the old music going again. If it's too loud, let me know. Where's the elevator trim settings? I just don't remember. Where was it? Where's the trim? I'm not going to look at the comments yet. Bear with me. I saw this yesterday. Oh yeah, put the trim in, that's fine. I'm hitting buttons randomly now, as you know. Thought it would be in here. Would it be index performance? I know, I can see it. You're all telling me I'm not looking. I want to find it so I remember. This position. Takeoff. Takeoff! It's in index takeoff. Trim 5.25. Thank you, Robert Times. Per finish index takeoff. I found it. So remember, takeoff. Perfect. Index. I forgot about the index. 525. 525, folks. What do you think about that? That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 point. 5.25, that'll do. Flat controls, full crane correct and all that kind of stuff. And for that we can kind of go and do this. No, we can do this. No, we can do this. And then we can do, there we go. So you can adjust all your flight controls, so that kind of stuff and whatnot. It'd be clever if they put the trim in here as well, wouldn't it? Just to remind you. But no. It's not like the Airbus. The Airbus goes, oh, this is how I'm thinking of it, right? The Airbus goes, oh, yeah, hang on. Don't forget to set your trim. Whereas the Boeing goes, sort it out. Sort it out. If you don't sort it out, you're screwed. You know, Airbus is more, you know, creepy. Elevator trim. Set flight controls for quick recall. That's for the 800 only. I don't know, I'm doing it anyway. We've got all there. That's one of those lunatics there. Lower display unit. Okay, that's off, which is pretty much like this. There we go. That's off. Taxi lights on, and I've done all the taxi lights. And let's taxi and get out of here. Okay, folks, brakes are off. We're taxiing, folks. Adding a little bit of power. Flaps are 5. That's what my eyes on. That's obviously traffic there. And we're on our way, folks. At last. Robert Time says both buttons activated the takeoff config warning, meaning no flaps are set for takeoff. Advanced throttles to 70% N1 for 1 second for this to happen. Do this after engine start again before takeoff, or let buttons do it. Okay, bear with me. Buttons. Oh, she's sleeping here. I'm letting her off. She's got a cone on her head. You know. Do you think we'll make wing clearance there? Just barely. I kind of stopped there. I'm impressed. See, the Ryanair stopped there to let us through. Isn't that cool? That's Badge Cowboy behind. And Lip Rocketeer's with us as well. So I just gave a wide berth there to the Ryanair. That is interesting, the way it just sort of stopped. I thought that was really cool. I love the way it slows down, because I turn the wheel and the airplane's gonna push against it and it's gonna be hard. Cheddar Keys with us. I'll read the comments once we get up there. I know Red Cap and Brendan Beery have been chatting there, and we'll have a look at those. Now we're gonna. Am I going the right way? Yeah, I'm going the right way. Let's have a look and see the boys here behind us. There's Renewable Drop. There's Badge Cowboy there behind us, folks. We got Limp Rocketeer is coming. Howard, I don't know if he's with us or it's just someone there flying himself. Renewable Drop's flying the Beechcraft 350. Very nice. There's Fly Midge, and that's everyone. I think I've gotten everyone. Great stuff. Decluttering for eye candy purposes. And I'm not going to disappoint Cheddar. I'm not going to... I can't speak. Also, lots of comments there on YouTube. I'll get to you guys, I promise you. Sergio's with us as well. Cheddar Key. I'm going to start the recorder to avoid disappointment. As you all know, that it's liable for me to forget that when the shit hits the fan. Recorder is started, folks. I'm hoping one day they'll come out with a recorder, okay? That will record everything, so I can go back. So if I go, I thought I pressed that button, and go back and actually see if I did press it, or if it was emitted, do you know? Because it's just great to see the actual, what was pressed, what happened, when, how, and what I did wrong. This part of the runway does not look so pleasing to me. Whoever made Edinburgh. Oh no, it looks good close up. Sorry, it's red bricks. Sorry, it just looked. That looks fine. I apologise. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew, I ask that you please direct your attention to the monitors above as we review the emergency procedures to remind you of possible horrific death during this flight. There are 6 emergency exits on this aircraft. Take a minute to locate the exit closest to you. When you are intoxicated, please refrain from opening emergency exits during your possible drunk episode.
Leave it alone there, Gubberson.
Should the cabin experience sudden pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions.
I'm Mitch there, in the middle of the field, Nerling's delivery.
Oxygen mask will drop down from above your seat.
Thank you,
Place the
Mitch.
mask over your mouth and nose. Pull the strap to tighten it in. If you are traveling with the children, make sure that your oven mask in the first before helping your irritating loud child. If you are unable due to intoxication, you will pass out and suffocate in an orderly fashion. In the unlikely event of emergency landing and evacuation, leave your carry-on items behind. Life routes and located below your seat and emergency lighting will lead you to your closest exit. Please be aware, if you are intoxicated, you will be unable to carry out any of these instructions. This also makes
We're going to come to a halt at the holding point, get ready, lights on, all that kind of stuff, and then go. Because I have to admit, I can't do all that whilst the aircraft is moving. If producer Buttons now would plonk herself down here and help me with all that stuff, she could do all that whilst I'm taxiing onto the runway. Because you're just going to come off the runway, aren't you? And I keep doing that. I'm trying to be slick and cool and go click, 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 click. You know, and then look out, and then click, 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 and then look out. But no, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. So this is a heavier aircraft. We'll see. You know, we'll see. Yeah, I might sit it in the right... No, I'm kind of... See, to get your seat position. That's where my head would be. Then I can use the zoom. Do you know? Now let's halt here and get everything ready. Oh no, we'll halt here on Alpha 1. That's Alpha 2 there. I'm remembering that the wheel is right underneath my ass, isn't it? I think that's the way to be taxiing, folks. Because the nose is going to go over it a little bit. I'm going to come to a halt here now. I'm going to put the park brake on, and we're going to get ready for departure and do the checklist for departure. Okay, so park brake on, fuel flow. We need to, whatever that does, we'll find out. Reset and then rate. No, that's the lights. Reset, and it goes back to rate itself. Fuel flow, center fuel pumps is required. All the fuel pumps are on. De-ice. Temperature is 9 Tat. That's. Are we going through clouds? Yeah, we'll be going through clouds, so I'll put on the icing. Wing anti-ice, engine anti-ice. Pitot heat's already on, the windows are already on. Cabin lights required. Flight instruments check. Flight instruments, okay, so we've got our 26,000 feet in. We've got our nav, we've got our flight directors, we've got our heading for the takeoff of the runway. Takeoff data, V1, V2, VR, we've checked that and we've put it in the our V2 safety speed in here. Nav equipment is all checked. Press takeoff clearance, landing lights on, strobe lights on. Landing lights on. Strobe lights on, taxi lights off. I presume runway come off with that as well. TFC. What's TFC? What's TFC there, Robert? I'm going to read your comments before I go, Robert. TFC. TFC. It's TFC. Push on. TFC? TFC traffic. Oh, thank you, Robert. That's... Why don't you just put... okay. Why me just traffic? That's... Isn't that here, no? Oh, no, it's not. I don't have it on. So that's the transponder. On the range button. Oh! Okay, I'm gonna hit the B button here for... TFC, what was that again? I remember we did that yesterday. Oh, that's the range button. Traffic. I'm gonna take a note so that doesn't happen again. Traffic. Take a note. Traffic button. Okay, that should do. Okay, TFC button. Oh god. I feel like, what's his face? Clarkson's farm. And clock start. Talk about, no. Now, before I hit the clock, I'm going to read Robert Time's comment here before I go. Buttons actually activate the takeoff config warning, meaning no... Oh, that's when she stepped to the controller. Yeah. Meaning no flaps are set for takeoff. So earlier on, I went because what happened is buttons stood on the controller and activated forward throttle when there was, you know, advanced fully because it's going... You got no flaps, you're not configured for takeoff, and it went off. So it says it's fit for takeoff. Advanced throttle to 70%, N1 for 1 second for this to happen. Do not enter... do this after engine start and again before takeoff, or let buttons do it. So that's what I mean in here. Look, brakes are on, listen. But it won't go off now because it's configured for takeoff. So, let's move. Let's move, folks. Oh, who's behind us there? Look. That looks cool. Slip record here. Sorry, folks, I'm going to move. Sorry. Sorry. Let's start the clock. Awful clock. Airbus makes much more sense. I don't know what they're going on about there. Really. Come on, keep moving. Don't let the aircraft stop because you're going to add more power to it. Do you know? Get out right. Come on, get right out there. Get right out. There we go. Too close, right? Come on. Come on. It's like someone learning to fly Cessna. That's what I'm like with the taxi. That's what happens. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's very hard for them to taxi. Okay, good stuff. Up to 50%, please, with the power. That looks good. I'm happy with that. Press the toga button. If I can find it. Toga button press. There goes the power. Forward of the stick. A little bit. Airspeed is alive, as the man said, with his American accent. I wonder, can you change the accents? You know, 80 knots there now. Happy days. And 100 knots. Very nice. We're stable and we're on the centre line. The wind is from the right, 7 knots. Everything's fine. Coming up to V1 now. There we go. Rotate. Let's go. Up we go. Let's not strike the tail. Gear up. You're coming up. I'm hand fighting air for a moment. I'm not going to 20 degrees. No. That doesn't make sense to me. What am I doing wrong? I'm not going to 20 degrees, the flight director. No. I'll slow down. What are you, crazy? No. Flaps 1. I'm not going to 20 degrees. Or just under it. No chance. Trim. Now it's starting to make sense. There's one of the boys ahead of us there. I'll start my turn now. Flaps up. Ooh, big dip there. Autopilot on so I can do other stuff. Happy days. Autopilot is on. And after takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist is... Command air beer on. Transition altitude is now coming up shortly. Not yet. Below 10,000 feet. 250 knots. Yeah, ATC. Yes, it's not giving us all the stuff I want. Landing lights off. Okay, so first of all, we want to reject gears up and neutralized. Or I'm going to call it off. I think neutralized because it's putting pressure on the actuators for the hydraulics, no? For the gear. Reject, that should be off. Right, we'll switch these two off. Probably later than when I've done it now. There is our transition attitude. It's actually about here. We'll just say we're clear. Transition standard now. We're switched to standard. And that's it. Landing lights. They're off. That's off. That's off. And landing feet come off at 10,000 feet now. So we're good. Let's have a look outside. Sorry, I was busy at the cockpit there to get the eye candy. You know? And that's takeoff checklist complete. Oh, I just can't get over the weather, folks. It's just every time it's different. And I just... Do you know what? I got a better TV. The old TV I had was really... really old. Covered. And I got... I was lucky enough to get an LG C2 television. There's a C1, C2, and now the C3's coming out. C1, C2, C3. You can get the C2 stuff. It's bizarre. The sun actually gets in your face. For playing flight sim, I recommend it. Now, I haven't had a good TV before like this for flight sim ever, and I notice it now quite a lot. It's quite stunning, you know. Oh, Robert Times is giving us more information here. Robert's saying the yellow feathers on the primary flight display PDF. They're gone now, are they? Are pitch limit indicators. Guess what they mean, he says. They're gone now, he says, but they were there in takeoff. You should probably see them again when pitching up a bit high. So, interesting. Yellow feathers. I think I saw something like that in the noise. There's so much stuff going on here, and I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but I got the basics right. Do you know? Robert Dime says it's the altitude at which the stick shaker will activate. Ah, okay. Thank you. Ah, yeah. So the feathers were here. The altitude here, this side. Okay. Because it just said it was up at almost 20 degrees there, and I was going, no. Oh, I'm not doing that. Grippersim says no. Do you know? Grippersim says no. So that's restriction holding us down here at 5,000 feet here. So let's look ahead a little bit. Let's get ahead of the airplane. There we go. What's the next? Oh, that's not all restrictions there, I can see. So we're fat, dumb and happy now, folks. Now I can relax for a little bit. And we can have a look at the comments. Sorry, YouTube, I'm going to get you now. I kind of omitted the old... I missed the checklist there. Sorry, not the checklist, the chat there on YouTube. And if it's okay, I'm just going to switch off my camera momentarily. Boom. Let's have a look at the chat there on YouTube. Welcome to the cruise. Well, We're not in the cruise, but we will be soon. Let's change the view, folks. It is longer, isn't it? It's a good bit longer. There we go, folks. Bit of viewage. You can hear the engines now spooling up because we're getting to climb again out of that restriction. That aircraft behind us, obviously on the exact same path as we are. Okay, YouTube. My apologies, folks. So let's go back to the top. Redcap's with us. Aaron Segi joined. Redcap was stuck doing updates there. Redcap says Birmingham to Edinburgh. Can probably do that in a penny farthing by bedtime. I know I chose a short one. Now right after this little break I'm going to get back into it and I'm getting ready for approach. You know? Number Rocketeer says the flashing might have something. This is similar with regards to the flashing in my monitor, which hasn't done it there for a while. Flashing might have something to do with monitor refresh rate. Try changing your anti-aliasing from DLAA to TAA. Let's stop there though, Limp Rocketeer. Let's in the cockpit for a while and see. That was me with the mouse, so let's see if now it happens. What happens now? Might be the airport itself. Let's stop now. But you're right, that's something I could try, Limp Rocketeer. Sergio. Mara Quinn says, glad to be flying with you guys again after a few months of absence due to problems with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Sergio, you had problems, didn't you? No. So you're back with us, Sergio. Happy days. That's good. Red Caps saying welcome back. Sergio says, I will appear as a renewable drop. Ah, Sergio, great. So you're renewable drop. On Discord, I am known as Texas Kid. Now I'm very confused. So I've got Sergio, Markway, I've got Renewable Drop, and Texas Kid to remember. I'm not complaining. Welcome back, Sergio. It's great to have you back, to be honest. Cherokee, definitely not like an Airbus. It's an antique. Yeah. You know, the Airbus kind of goes, you know, gives a little bit of a hint. You know, I noticed there yesterday I had the speed brakes on all the way down because I took my hand off the lever. Right, that's speed, because you never take like the flaps in the real aircraft, and I'm flying the little ones. I don't take my hand off something like the radio switch. If I turn down the radio, my hand won't come away from the radio. When I'm talking to my student, it's loud. So if the radio's busy, I'll turn it down, but I won't take my hand away from the radio until I've stopped making my point to the student. Then I turn it back up again, because what can happen is you leave it off and it's very quiet and people are trying to get a hold of you and you're not communicating. So the trick is to keep your hand on the radio so you turn it back up again. I do remember the pilot telling me, I think is this, he said he puts his tie in the speed brake so he doesn't forget he has it on, because you can land with that on and not know it. You know, it doesn't tell you. Whereas the Airbus kind of goes, you know, you got your speed brake on there, do you want to do something about that? It's been on for a while. And you go, ooh, right. But the Airbus or the Boeing doesn't, you know. Lost my train of thought there. It is an antique. It is. They are antiques. This stuff. Their day is numbered. Their days are numbered, folks. Cherokee says elevator trim is presumably a stupidly. Sorry. Cherokee says elevator trim is presumably a stupidly noisy spinning wheel in the middle. Yeah, this is it here. I like that about this aircraft because, you know, it's cool and it's very, very, very powerful. Because I've done it in the sim. That was me. It's given out because that will disconnect the autopilot when you do that. There's a handle here, right? So you can do it manually. If that manual was that manual handle was hanging out here. That's going to break her leg. It's going to give you an awful problem if that starts to spin and that handle's out. You know? So, I like that. Moving parts in the aircraft, and it is noisy, and you can hear it a mile away, and it's this big spinning thing. It's cool. I do like that. Further down in YouTube comments. Oh, Recap forgot. He's saying he forgot to remove the community folder. No, Stuart. I know. So you're going to remove it and add it again. What I do, Redcap, right? If I forget to remove the community folder, I'll shut down the sim. Because you're getting bugs. I remove the community folder, boot up the sim again, and then shut it down, and then put it in the community folder, and then load it up again. Now it's flashing again. Okay, see, it's flashing again. It's flashing again. 17,000 feet and climbing. Cherokee is saying no trouble. The absolute ridiculousness. Eating food from a tray balanced on your legs. No thanks. Yeah, that's shocking. Cherokee says, Gripper, why does Buttons have a colour cone on her? I missed the reason. Is she okay? She is now. I'll tell you the story again because some more people on today. Right? So, Producer Buttons. My camera's broken as well, so I can't show you Producer Buttons really now. The other because of bloody updates. Patrick's J. I was watching TV or whatever, and it was about 12 o'clock. And at night time, the last thing you do is you let your dog out to go for wheeze and poos. Right? Otherwise, they're gonna, you know. So you leave her out. I put her out with her little lit collar on. She's got a collar that lights up. So anyway, and I opened. She was gone for a little bit longer than usual. So I opened the door, and she was running towards the door. Well, kind of trotting towards the door, and she was limping. And I said, "Oh shit, what's happened here?" And I'm like, "Well, what have you done now?" But when she walked in, there was blood coming from her paw, and she was acting, in hindsight, I was panicked, of course, in my head. She was acting normally and jumping around, going, "Come on, where's my treat?" Because she gets a treat for right time. And jumping around all over the floor, and there's blood everywhere. Now my heart is going hell for leather. But you know, the first thing you do is just be cool, keep calm. So I immediately rang a number I had already prepared for such a possible situation. And it's 12 o'clock at night now on Paddy's Day. So anyway, look, around the vet, they were there before I got there. I had it all pre-arranged just in case. You know what I'm like. Yeah, I'm a flyer, and everything has to be, every possible thing that can go wrong has to be accounted for. Yeah. So anyway, we went straight to the vet, and it stopped bleeding before we got there. And she's like, "Yeah, it's just a nick in her paw. She's fine." And the worst part of it was, though, in the vet, dogs don't like, especially this beagle, Buttons doesn't like you touching her paw. And I think it was, if I had a bit more knowledge about these things, but you got to be safe. Sorry, so the vet did her thing. Buttons was very upset. She doesn't like the vet even looking at her paw, so she sedated Buttons. Buttons was all sleepy, and we got antiseptic, and I got lots of stuff, and I brought her home with the collar. She had a bad time at the vet. She didn't like it. At least I did. I know Buttons had more of a bad time, but I don't like bringing Buttons to the vet or any dog to the vet unnecessarily, because it's very stressful. I know it's stressful for the dogs, you know, and it's stressful for me then as well. But she's fine. You know, the vet was like, yeah. Look, it's just a nick. It's just a nick. And that happens. She's not in too much pain, but I'll give you some sedatives and stuff. So I have to be very careful now, because I have to put the cone on, which is even worse now, because she's she couldn't run around, and she was getting used to the cone. She did have one on when she was a puppy, I believe. So it wasn't totally strange. It wasn't hard to put the collar on her or take it off. I've got to take it off now and again and let her, you know. And I have to give her a little massage, a little scratchy, scratch. You know, dogs love that and all that kind of stuff. So she's much better form now today. She's starting to bark when she wants something again. She wasn't barking with the collar on. Like, she'd bark when it comes to meal times, and she'd be jumping around. Now she's starting to jump around again. So yeah, it was right by the nail, and you know when you cut your finger here and into the nail, it's quite sore, I would imagine. So she's not limping anymore. All day I haven't seen her limp once, so it's healing. But she wants to get out of the collar a little bit, you know. Top of climb's coming up, folks, so it's good news. But the problem here now with me at 1,000 feet to go is that I want to know why and how she clipped her toe. And I was saying to the vet, look, I need to find out, what do you think? Is it normal? She goes, yeah, it happens all the time. She's pelting along somewhere, chasing after something, and she just sticked her leg. You know, that happens all the time. She's like, don't worry about it. She's quite cute though. The vet. From Spain. Now, in my head now, I'm gonna, if I see her down the town, hey, hi, how you doing? Thanks for looking after my dog. I tipped her well. She couldn't believe it. Her head nearly fell off. Give her a big tip. She was quite grumpy actually when I rang her. She was quite grumpy. She wasn't, you know, she was kind of grumpy at first because she was just probably in bed. The vet, and I stopped that by ringing her. So she probably felt bad that I gave her a big tip. Do you know? But I give her a massive tip. So when I see her down the town now, I'll make a beeline for her. Hey, hi. I can't remember her name now. And that's what I'll do. I'll go, oh, look, thanks very much. I've forgotten your name. I feel so bad. What's your name again? Oh, yeah, thanks for looking after buttons. How long have you been here? Oh, right, do you like animals? La, 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 la. So I'll give it a good old lash, you know, when I see her again. Or just bring buttons down for a checkup. Which is a junior. I don't know. I'll stop talking now. Always have a plan. Okay, we're doing our fixes now, folks. We're gonna get a fix. I want a fix. Why didn't you copy that? Next. 124 copy. No, I didn't copy it. Then we're doing our rings, folks. We're doing our rings for our legs. Fix, boom, and we're going to go slash, thanks to Robert Times for teaching assist 5, and slash 10. We're going to have problems coming in now. Do you know? The other thing I'm thinking of as well, Robert. Oh, did I switch them off? I did. Robert Times, sorry, I'm going to wait for you now. Where's my thing thought now? Yeah, so here's the thing. Robert Times is an expert, by the way, folks. He's on Twitch here. You can't see it on YouTube. The comments is on Twitch. He's teaching us how to fly the 737 on stream. Okay. Procedures. I have to come up with something for all the airplanes. Like the Airbus, the Boeing 737, the CRJ, So, if I learn Ryanair procedures, for example, for this, and then I learn Aer Lingus procedures for the Airbus, and then I read other procedures for the CRJ, and I got all these procedures all over the place, it's not going to work. Right? It's not quite going to work. So I have to come up with procedures for everything. You know what I mean? And I might have a checklist saying, you know, I don't know, continuous here, right? It has something similar on the Airbus, so I'll have engines, and I'll have a little thing underneath there for 737 onto continuous, for Airbus onto whatever that says. You know what I mean? So I think I'll have to come up with something really clever for all airplanes. Because let's face it, we're not a real airline pilot. We want to have fun. So how far do I take it? Do you know what I mean? How far do I take it to the actual procedures of the aircraft? So I have to think about that. I don't know, Robert, what do you think of that? So I'm going to get ready for approach here now because we're running out of time here, folks. And we are at our cruise altitude. Let's get that done here. So at least we'll be coming down, because this is the day you forget to set your altitude, and then you're in big doo doo. So that's set. So these will descend on time. Right. So now to the checklist. Cruise and descent checklist. Engine instruments, monitor fuel quantity check. Yeah, lights is required. 10,000 feet. See, I was talking. Lights come off. Passengers, you can get off your seats now. I know you've been sitting there. It's probably time to go to the toilet now. The toilet will be flushing like nobody's business.
Lights
required, that's fine.
Your safety belt and scramble around the cabin now.
8 has done that. We'll look at it in a second. Altimeter check, that's done. Radios are set. Let's set our radios.
The toilets are also ready.
These new radios here.
While you left it to now to defecate if
So what I'm going to have to do
Thank you.
is you're going to have to get the right frequencies in here. So the frequency coming into Edinburgh for our runway, which is 24, check once, check twice, check thrice, is 241. The frequency is 108.9. So 108.9. I want to take my hand off the checklist. No, how does that work? Ah, 108.9, great. And activate, 108.9. Does that work the same with this? Oh great, it does, okay. Hang on. 108.9. Plonker. What do I test my line once? 1089 twice. Approach course 241. Approach course 241. Oh yes, customer report, Robert. Yeah, okay. Let's see how we're getting on. Let me finish this. Unfortunately, there are no good general procedures for everything. Hence, the type ratios. Oh, Robert, I get you. Yes, Robert's saying. Unfortunately, there's no general procedures for everything. Hence, the type rating. So you do type rating in Airbus. It's a completely different procedure to Boeing or something else. But my point is, I'm thinking here, Robert, is that we're simmers, so it may not be able to be done. But if I can have some way, it's not going to be the same as the airlines, obviously, but it's going to be something for everything. So I'm consistent all the time. You know, I'll have to research that a bit. You know, I'll have to make something up. But there are going to be differences, big differences, you know. So I don't know. And will it work? Is there people who fly Airbus and Boeing, and does that cause problems? You know, because I ain't doing this every day. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just thinking about procedures, and I'm delaying it quite a bit. Oh god, we're coming up to top of descent now. Okay, so altimeter radios, reset MCP altitude, that's done. By the way, the MCP here, I just had a thought there earlier on. See this here guy here? At least this part here and this part here, you can get that much cheaper than the Airbus for the sim, and this is exciting because it's nice to be able to press these buttons. But I'm not having too much difficulty with it really in the sim, so maybe I'll forget about it. FMC approach speed. Oh yeah, what? Okay, so sent. Approach speed. How do we work that out now? Roberts is not in study level airlines. Otherwise, just press Control E and select flaps casually, etc., and forget about flying it realistically. Init, perf, inda. You see, it depends. I got to decide how seriously I'm going to take it. Init, reference, next approach. Of course, thank you, Robert. You're a hero. Of course, yeah. So I got to write all this stuff down now. I gotta write this stuff down and have a little bit of a checklist. See, I keep forgetting, you know. There's our stuff in there, and we're gonna go 30 flaps, 155. I just can't do it now, can I? 30 flaps, 155. Okay. Now we're to setting. Cars come on back. We're going in, folks. Slowing down ahead of time. That's fine. Localizer frequency set. ILS frequency course is already set. Set. De-ice is required. I didn't switch off the de-ice. I'm going to start remembering that, because that's just a waste of power. We'll switch off the ing and we'll put it back on again. Engine wing is Off. Probe stays on. 1, 2, 3, just those 3. Landing light check. Okay, that's 10,000 feet. Recall. Yeah, that's what I have to say. Just I'm a little bit ahead. Radio altitude, bar minimums. Bar minimums. Oh, actually, let me think here. Hang on. Hang on. Bear with me. FMC approach reference speed. Okay, I'm going to write that in there. Bear with me for a second here now. Where's my pen? Reference. I'm just writing that into the checklist here, as to where it is. Do you know what I mean? I may not need to do that. I'm just thinking about what to do, Robert. You know, I'd like to keep it as realistic as possible, of course. So maybe, you see, I'm writing notes in here, and that's going to help. You know, little things like, because I know I'm going to forget that later on. I know I'll get used to it now, and the next few flights will be fine. But then if I leave it for a week or two, and then come back to it a month later, it's going to, oh, where was that thing? I don't want to be there. I don't want to be that guy going, oh, where was that thing again? Oh, you know. Anyway, right, okay, speed descent after, okay, we're going to have problems. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit. Localized center, okay, yes, speed, okay, fine. Right, so, we're descending. Great. Hi, Catty. Now that I'm thinking out loud, Robert. Oh, okay, he's going to show me how to create a waypoint. Let's do that then, right? Let's do that. That's one new thing today, Robert. So, let's go to plan mode. See where I want to put the waypoint in. Plan mode now, please. And let's go step across. Let's go to the legs page here and step. I want a waypoint about here, right? So we intercept it easily. So Robert's giving me information here. Select a waypoint after which you want the new waypoint. Just copy it into the scratch pad. Then add the course and distance from that waypoint to a place where you want the new waypoint to be created. So from waypoint blam to blam. Okay, so from C124, C India 24, C India 24. So I call it grip. Or do I have to call it a name? No, I have to call, okay, C. So it's, okay, C124 slash, you can tell me if I'm wrong, slash, let's add the course and the distance. So the course is from, I presume. Is the course, let's say if I want it here would be good. East, so 090, 5 miles, course distance. So we try 090, or maybe 080, 100. Course 100 by 7. So this should be here. Let me know, Robert, what do you think? C125. Oh, I'm creating a new waypoint, so it should be called something else. C125 then. Okay. Is that what you're saying? Lose the first slash. Okay, C125 100 slash 7 24. Oh, I see. Okay. 24. See, Charlie. No, I made a typo myself there, Robert. C India 24. They shouldn't be doing that in the airlines. That's going to be a common error. C I24 100 slash 7. Put it here. We'll go ahead of it. Hopefully. Let's reset the damn thing. I can't see. Execute. You go here. Execute. Right, let's go to step. No. There we go. We did it, Robert. Thank you so much. Okay, I need to write that down. So, stand by, folks. Robert, your hero. It's a pity I can't get that back, but you can watch that in the replay, folks, no? Whatever time this is. Okay, so we had C1I, Jesus, I24, which is then 100/7. So that is reference waypoint. Heading. And distance. So in the Airbus is a little bit differently. Oddly enough, in the Airbus, if I'm sitting in front of the Airbus now, I just put in a waypoint, but I can't think of how I did it to where it was. Do you know? Which is one of those things. So there, we've done it. Happy days. So that's going to fix our problem. Thank you, Robert. Now click the same waypoint. Okay, got it. So we're good, folks. Robert, you're a hero. I've written that down. Waypoint creation. Happy days. Now let's get off plan mode. Come on. So Robert, you may have said there's 80,000 feet now, 8,500 feet to go to 10,000 feet, which we've got to do stuff and things. Got 19.9 fuel, which is loads. So, what is this? What is this? What's going on here? What's going on? Oh. I've got a problem here, folks. Just lights up. See, the Boeing isn't... Oh, it's got... No. So we've got an issue somewhere. So that's another thing about the Airbus and 737. The Airbus goes, this is the problem. You need to do A, B, C, D and follow my instructions, please. It goes. Your old Airbus. Click, click. This just goes, you got a master caution, figure it out. Robert says, about the master caution message, the messages are divided between the captain's and FO side. So if the master caution light shows and no message is displayed, check the FO side. Oh. Robert, you're such, see, when you show, that's so cool. You're a hero. You're a hero. I think I'm good at, yeah, you're a hero. Air conditioning. Is there a problem here? The runway's 100 feet. Probably off schedule message. Yeah, I'm not worried about the air conditioning. The passenger, maybe they're going, too hot. Passengers, you know. Where is the air conditioning? I haven't got a clue about the air conditioning. Auto. Off schedule descent. So that looks like that's the problem. So I need to work out how this works. So off our schedule descent. We're too high by 3,000 feet. So I'm going to put out... we're 1,400 feet descent now at the moment. So I'm going to put on the brakes for that. Increase the old rate descent there. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. So there you go, Robert. Right? So this light was going... I was going... Ooh. So it's split between the two boys. Or two girls. Air conditioning, and then I knew to go, oh, it's up here somewhere. And then I went, what's this? Off schedule descent. Interesting. And then I went, well, what's that about? And I looked here, and of course we're way too high by 4,000 feet. And now I put the speed brake on, we're descending at 2,000 feet per minute. So, interesting. Thank you, Robert. Probably off schedule message. Now back, it means that you descended before reaching cruise altitude. See, there's the confusion. You did that yesterday as well, but it's a bit strange since you actually reached your cruise altitude at standard pressure. So basically I have no idea. To clear it, just dial in a lower altitude than your current altitude in the pressure panel. Thank you, Robert. So back to the procedures, Robert. now that I was talking to you, and I do remember, I'm going to go back to the YouTube comments now. I know there's a few more there, folks. Right? Bear with me. I'm rethinking it now, because if I have the same, you can't really do the same. But I think the solution is just to have the checklist for each one and write little notes in it. So if I forget, you know, I could leave this for a month and be trying all sorts of different stuff. The checklist and the procedures are in the checklist. No, what do you say, Robert? So I would like to fly them realistically, you know, because some people like that, and most people I would say do. Do you know? I'm just going to take my camera off in shame there, because I did say I was going to go off the procedures, and I kind of sort of. Yeah, I'll be back in a second. So yeah, just use the checklist, man. You know, and as you remember, I couldn't find my Airbus checklist, and I was flying to it. It's fine. The checklist is the king. It's just like, is your, you know, now it does tell me that speed breaker armed here. Let's get the signal on the torch there, put that there. So we're making headway. We're 4,000 feet now. Well, that's not exactly. We're not descending fast enough, folks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to vertical speed, and I'm going to increase the rate of descent by quite a margin. 10,000 feet now. Watching the speed. Watching the speed, folks. Passengers now are getting back their seats. I don't know, I keep hitting the two of them, just what for what.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be making our approach shortly. We ask that you take your drinks to your seat and fasten your safety belt. We'll be offering more drinks shortly.
I can hear
also, we would like to take this time to thank you all of our subscribers and members for supporting our endeavors. If you are not a subscriber on the Twitter or member on YouTube, please consider joining in order to secure our adventures far into the future. Thank you.
8,000 feet constraint. 13 miles as the crow flies. I think we're going to be too high. I don't care about the constraint, because you're going to be... I don't care about the constraints on approach, because you're going to be vectored into the real world, no? No, I'm going to go too fast there. Let's back down again. I'm breaking the law. I'm breaking the law. I know Robert. You're going to shoot me. This is QNH. Nine or 8.5, even lower pressure than before. Oh shit, I'm going down below it. Jesus. Activated VNAV again there. So what I did there was I just went vertical speed, shitload of fucking feet per minute, and then to disable it I hit VNAV again. So now, okay, we're too low, but it won't descend so much, you know. I was just about to say this is a smoother flight than it was yesterday. That's too early to be saying things like that. 1,000 feet to go now. QNH 9 or 8.5. You're supposed to plug that in here. More drag required. No. Producer buttons is kicking off now, folks. No. No. I have to say no to her. No. It's 8 o'clock, probably. It is, it's half 8. Camera's on. Brakes off now. Now that speed thing. Is it level change? 200 knots, please. Range 10. Flaps 1, speed 200 knots. 200 knots, please. Speed brakes on. Let's get to 200 knots. Level change 220 knots speed, brake flaps 5. Thank you, Robert. I think I'm doing it. And switch from standard. Thank you, Robert. You are an angel on our shoulders, Robert. You're helping us all out here. Arm approach mode. Jesus, yeah. Fuck. Danger. Approach mode armed. I gotta write all this stuff down. I gotta write a list of this stuff because you can so easy, you know, something else cops up, Robert. You know how it works. You've seen it, and I'm not any different than anyone else. Some shit hits the fan, and you don't hit the approach mode button, and you're screwed then. You gotta go red. So you gotta be way ahead of the aircraft, and I can see how that works very clearly, more so than ever on this simulated version of the 737. Nose seems a bit high. Jesus. Really? I think this aircraft might be a little bit quicker. Look at the nose up, pitch up. I think I'm going too slow. Why? All the passengers would be rolling. The trolley would be rolling from the front of the cabin down to the back of the cabin. Do you know? So I'd say in this airplane, on the 900, it might be a bit quicker. Would I put it on a bit faster? Because I'm thinking 737-700 now. So I'm going to go 210. Or am I talking to my hat? Love the view of the approach with the 4 bridges. It's amazing. Robert says, now, be quiet and think about what you should be doing. Not outside views on the approach now. Okay. Alright, I can't help it. We'll do it in the replay, folks. We'll do the replay. Okay, we're coming on to final now. Let's zoom in a little bit. Coming up to the 10-mile marker. Things are getting tense. Don't worry, buttons. Everything will be fine. Nothing bad's going to happen. It's got the reference there. Look, 3055. 155. Okay. Okay. Maybe Robert's laughing. There's the voice. Is that the voice? No, that's just traffic in the past out there. You know, we're sorry, mate. We've got, you know, Air France. You know, sorry, but we're going ahead of you with the queue. Thanks for coming. There's another one ahead. So, you know, great. Okay, flaps 5, gear down. There's another one ahead. Now we're on the pappies now, but we're too high. That's about what Microsoft flights in. We're on the approach now. Thankfully, Robert reminded me to hit the approach button. I'd like to pause this down and write this down. I'm going to write stuff down. That's the other thing. Approach mode. Doesn't say that. Let's check this. Doesn't say it. Oh, it does say approach. Approach arm. Approach mode, please. I'm looking away. I'm not looking right. I forget to do that. Okay, it's time to disarm the autopilot, folks. You know? Button's not now. Just slow that thing down. Slow down. Collision, folks. Collision's happening. Who's this? Aer Lingus. Hey. Hey, boys. Are you going for a pint in the pub tonight? Ciao, ciao. Yes. Okay, I was going to disconnect the autopilot, wasn't I? Okay. No. I don't want the second one. You go. Oh, I'll hit the little button I have in my control volume there. There we go. Yeah, it makes you press another button. Thanks for that. Okay, we're going down. A little bit too fast. Speed brakes are still on. That's fine. It'll settle. Flaps. 30. That'll slow us down. I don't like using the flaps as brakes though. That's a big no-no. Oh god, a manual. Just keep an eye on it now. Keep an eye on it. No buttons. Why is it giving out about airspeed when it asked me to flight 155? Flaps are still moving down, so the ballooning is happening. Get on it, get on it, get on it. Get on it. Okay, that's an unstable approach, we know, but look at the flight simulator. Is it unstable, Robert? Would that be unstable, that what I just did there? Would that be an unstable approach, going a little bit too fast? And is that more than half scale? I'm just going to have to do a long landing and follow the ILS. I don't want to get into bad habits here by going in too low all the time. There's one of the boys there. So we're just going to have to take it in too high. Gears down, flaps are set. We're on, we're stable now. I think it's 5 miles, so you have to be stable now. It felt a little bit unstable there. Okay, eyes out now. Ignoring instruments. She's Buttons getting displeased. She's in the chair. Buttons is bagging her. She gets the chair. Could you see her head? Just grab me now. Okay, Peaches Buttons. Everything will be fine, don't worry. Everything's fine, Peaches Buttons. Jesus. Ryanair landing. Oops! Ryanair landing. Ryanair landing, folks. Reverse slow stop. Just Buttons. You gotta see. I gotta get another camera. And off. Brakes. Or not set. Just Buttons, relax now. The cuteness can wait. Welcome, folks, to Edinburgh. Let's park. And then let's do the replay. I'll take the next exit. I didn't want to go jamming off. Welcome. That was a real Ryanair landing. I said I'd boot it down, and that's what happened. Wasn't a mistake. I thumped it down. I wonder what the... I couldn't see the FPS, the feet per second. So, you know. Ah, great landing, says Robert Times. Thank you, Robert Times. I had a student there for Ryanair. Ah! Jesus, you gotta calm down, man. You gotta calm down. You got a while to wait. And he kept having these hard landings. Dunk. I said, I'm really worried about my landings. They're really hard. I said, I know, but he works for Ryanair in the office. I said, no, you'll make a great Ryanair pilot. You're great. I love that in Ryanair. Thumping it down. They all do it like. He's, what? Oh, you can't see what's happening. It's just buttons. Crazy. Just buttons now. I could get mad at that face. Which one do I take? I've got one hand only. I've only got one hand, folks. Is there 2 taxiways here? Oh no, that's just one. Okay, let's taxi back. So I think, Robert, I went a bit smoother this time. No, I had flaps 30. Oh, it's 25. Shit. Interesting. Because I can't see. Here's that. Well, I know how that happened, Robert. I didn't miss my flap at 25. Look. I look 25. Right, not 30. And I did say, right, flaps 30. Right. But it was actually 25 because of the parallax of my eyes looking down at the controller, which is a good bit away. And it was actually a 25 there. Do you know? Interesting. But now that I look at it, I have to bend my head to see which one. And I wonder if that happened to the real thing as well. Because you gotta, if you're on the left side, you've got to look all the way over here. And you've got the side view, and you have to get 30. See, I had 20 there. So it's the parallax on my physical controls, which of course the camera isn't working. I'll get it working now after the stream. So that's why I didn't set flaps 30. I would say that happens in the airlines a bit, but I didn't check, did I? So I blame myself. Do you know? So that's what happened there. I did say flaps 30, but it was 25. Always check your physical honeycomb lever, the lever in the cockpit and the display in the cockpit. Yeah, absolutely. Here, you know, and the physical one here I can't. Can I from this seated position? Of course I can hear, yeah. So that's the disadvantage, Robert, of what you doing now? Jesus, just gone nuts, man. What are you doing, Buttons? That's the thing with the flight sim. You're actually looking through a little binocular. You're looking through a little hole here like this. Can you imagine flying a real airplane like this and looking like this and everything. Can you imagine that? So I'm not going to beat myself over it, but I will fix that. Flying Richie says, welcome to the best airport in the sim. Yeah, it is a good one actually. I've been here a while ago. There's another one landing there. Oh, let's just be realistic, Ripper Sim. Don't go up his ass and get FOD in your windshield. I'm going to look for a parking space over here. Oh, why does it do that? Go forward a bit, please. Thank you. After off. We've got our Aer Lingus folks in here. Just the buttons is pushing against the actual honeycomb now. She's just not going to stop. I think she hears the tenseness in my voice, and it's also past 8 o'clock, which is that time for that thing that begins with a T. Do you know? Oh, we got a bing bang bang. A new subscriber on YouTube. Quazo, welcome Quazo. Welcome. Pop into the chat. Now I've missed a whole lot of chat there. I'm going to look when we get to the gate. I'm going to have a look at the chat there. Okay. Now while we're waiting for Aer Lingus to go around, let's clean up this airplane. I should have stopped after landing there. It's too busy chat. Control space to get your view back. Let's get rid of the Toby. No, let's get rid of the Toby. Just for now. And we're going to get our flaps up. We're going to get our... start down here. We'll get our transponder on to standby. Flaps are up. What's that? Oh, that was done automatically. That's the lift dumpers. Flaps are coming up. What else? Gear lever stays down. Landing lights come off and they come on. That's off. That should have been on to continuous there for the landing. It's very distracting. Producer buttons, folks. Okay, we need the AP bleed on. We need the packs. Do we need the packs off? And we'll get the when the APU kicks off. Why start the APU? So come off the runway while I was doing that there almost, folks. Juice and buttons, you gotta wait. You gotta wait, little fella. You gotta wait. Let's find a space here. This is busy. Okay, there's one up to the left there. It's near flight. Oh, there's one down to the right there. There's EasyJet coming down. Very distracting with producer buttons. We wait till EasyJet vex off. Hopefully he'll keep going straight. No, he's going to stop. Is he going to stop? Come on, EasyJet. He's doing the right thing. Let's go. Let's go. Good. Take one of these here, folks. Take the first one here, and that looks like 3A, gate 3A. There we go. Taking the gate 3A. Declutter there. Come on, keep moving. Don't be doing that in the newbie stuff. Presume. Oh no, that's not the right one. It's this one here. This is, I don't want to hit your man there, Air Canada. Canadians can get very angry, believe it or not. First, look. There we go. A little bit more forward. There we go. We'll halt it there, folks. We'll halt it there. Brakes on. I want to have a look at the chat there. Have a look at the chat. There's Edinburgh. I like that little tower there. That looks pretty cool. I've been here a few times lately, going to different places, you know. I've been here a few times. So look at the size of our aircraft compared to the Air Canada. What's the Air Canada? What is that? What aircraft is that? That is the Dreamliner. Look at the size difference still. Do you know? Dreamliner's quite big. Okay, I just want to say hello to the folks on YouTube there. Robert Time says, by the way, before I forget, to pre-select Barrow while still on standard. Just dial the button and see what selected altitude shown in the white below the green standard on the ND. When pressing standard, it will activate. Yeah, is that what you're talking about here? Because what I'm thinking here is when you're, you know, the QNH might be, if I hit the B button here, which is handy, right? On the sim, you'll get the right QNH in the sim, which should be real life 984, right? Let's say I left an airport, okay? Not the bar. I didn't read it, but by the way, before we get to press, select the barrel. Oh, I didn't select barrel. It was on radio. Oh, I see what you're saying there, okay. To pre-select the barrel while still on standard, just dial the button to see the selected altitude shown in the white below the green standard. When pressing standard, it will activate this pre-selected barrel settings. Okay, I'm thinking about the QNH. Sorry, because the QNH, so I've changed the QNH now, right? So I go to standard then. The QNH is going to be different. So I want to pre-select the QNH. Right? Before, see, I'm going to hit standard. Right? And then I have to change the QNH again. But before I get there, I want to change the QNH. Do you know what I mean? So I'll have the QNH pre-selected before I go from standard to QNH. Anyway, that's what I was thinking. Okay, press standard. Yeah. Press standard and then B. And so that's standard, right? Now dial the QNH, but leave it on standard. Oh. It's tiny down here. It's so subtle. So to recap, thank you, Robert. Thank you, Robert Times. There, he says. So that's how it's done. You just twist the damn thing. And it's just... See, I wouldn't have seen it. Then when I go standard, the QNH is to be 945 here. 945. Okay, great. Done. Whew. You still owe us a funny story about what happened yesterday, aviation related. What was that, I wonder? Why was that? I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was, Robert. Yesterday? It was yesterday and today, actually. The funny story. It's not really funny. It's just frustrating. Will I save it for the cruise the next flight? Remind me, Robert, will you? Remind me. The minute I get up to cruise tomorrow, remind me and I'll talk about it. It's just to do with the... It's all the same thing. All this health and safety stuff and all these tests you got to do for doing... If you want to lick your lips, you got to do a test first, basically. And it was frustrating. I will talk about it. Okay, basically, right? Basically, that we all do this stuff, health and safety and all that kind of stuff. I'm a flight instructor of aircraft up to 2,500 kilograms, right? A flight instructor at the minute with single engine pistons, okay? Up to 5,700 kilograms, right? All that stuff, great. So I have to do this little test. They're ramp checks and ramp behind ramp, you know, it's all stuff. I've done my ATPLs, and all that kind of stuff, you know, and I have a fair bit of knowledge, you know, but we do forget sometimes because time goes by and you forget stuff, right? So you kind of refresh now and again. So I'm an instructor, and to get airside and all that kind of stuff, you got to get a badge. And there's a lot of practicality. So if I'm flying something new, I want to study the aircraft. I want to know the aircraft inside out. I want to know the procedures of the school, how they do the circuits, all the safety stuff, and how they do the paperwork and all that kind of stuff. That's practical safety stuff. But this exam took a half a day. I'll moan about it again tomorrow. I'll rant about it all day yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. They were asking me questions, like they were telling me what was one. Yeah, here's one. Right, who is responsible for delegating the management of cargo safety on a cargo airline? Something to that effect. I don't give a fuck who's authorised to appoint someone to be the head of safety of a cargo airline. Why? What the that's completely irrelevant. So these are the kind of questions that you're at, and they're in the little exam. And they're going on about the Chicago Convention and stuff. Fine, yeah. But I'm an instructor in the airplane. When I'm an instructor in the airplane teaching students, I need to know a lot of stuff. But what I don't need to know is all about the Chicago Conventions in great detail. I don't need to know that. I need to know the rules of the air and the law. Fine. But I really don't need to know. There's loads of questions like that, by the way. I don't need to know who is responsible for assigning managers in a cargo company. That's completely irrelevant to what I'm doing. Absolutely, and it drives me up the wall. I was so upset yesterday. So this kind of thing gets me going. There's other questions in there, you know. Now FOD and all that kind of stuff, yeah, you know, foreign object debris and runways and all that. You got to be aware of that. You got to be aware of suspicious people. You know, is your man got a right ID? You know, and all that kind of stuff. But I ain't a policeman either. You know, I'm not a security. And they were telling me all about security. Who does this? I'm not the security. Yeah, it's good to know who's in the airport. You get to know people, don't you? But some of these questions, folks, just fucking mad. Flying Michi, have you got the Antonov 225? Yes, I have. I've got the Antonov 225, and I'm kind of weirdly disappointed and annoyed at myself because now it's gone on sale, and I wanted to pay full price. So I was thinking, can I buy a gift for somebody? Can I do that and give it to someone? That'd be nice, you know, just to support them. So I was kind of disappointed with myself because I didn't buy it early enough and it went on sale. Because I should have bought it sooner to pay the full price to support them. But it went on sale all of a sudden. I don't think they should have gone on sale, but there you go. So yeah, I have the Antonov. So I'll see you flying the Antonov, folks. Very well should do. Is there anyone flying the Antonov now and it's not coming up? I'll be furious. So yeah, Robert Time says, yeah, I know those tests. Absolute bullshit indeed. Yeah, it's a complete waste of time. But then there's another exam I was doing. Another thing, right? And it would say, please identify this airport sign. There's no picture. I wouldn't know the picture. So I had to guess. I guessed it passed, which is hilarious. But it's like everything you're doing these days. You know, if you're going to lick your lips, you got to fill out forms and do tests and stuff like that. But it just, one thing I can't abide by is in people who aren't practical. It drives me up the wall. The bridges up here, folks. So just scan over here. In aviation, I have to tell you, it drives me mental if something isn't practical. I just won't have it. And people left because of this. People just go, fuck it. You know, when they're instructing airplanes, they just go, look, I'm not doing this anymore. You know, medicals are important, yes. Medicals knowledge is important, but practical knowledge is vital. If it's not practical, there's something wrong. You know, there's something wrong. And what really makes me angry, and I've been through this many times, getting airside IDs and all that kind of stuff, is that it takes away from what you should be studying, because time is at a premium, isn't it? You know, time is at a premium, and that's with everything. That's with everything. You know, that's with builders and all sorts of things in the world. They're not getting their. It's not practical. So I get angry with that. I won't have it, folks. So folks, there you go. Thank you very much. Oh god, no, I almost forgot the replay. God, I got bantered on there. You got me going again, folks. I didn't read I'm just going to quick flick to the comments there in case there's any questions. Where are you there on YouTube? Sorry folks, on YouTube. Cherokee elevator trim is presumably the stupid thing in the middle of that. Brandon Peary says, Cherokee, indeed, I stick to the Phoenix, still learning something new about that airplane every day. Yeah, I know. I'm going to go back to the Phoenix there next week, folks. And I'm going to chop every day between one or the other. Then I'm going to go on to another aircraft and just get the bones and write all the procedures of the checklist itself. Recap 282, immediate action drill after update. Isolate the effect community folder. It was, oh yeah, so you had problems I remember earlier on with the community folder. You're chatting amongst yourselves there. I read that one. I read the one about the collar on her. Cherokee says TFC, total fucking calamity. Thank you, Cheddar. Quote, Airbus makes much more sense now you're talking Gripper Sim. It does make a little bit more sense. But if that's where we are. Trucker Fingless, greetings. Hello, how to you? Sorry I didn't reply to you earlier on. Trucker Fingless says, you want either TAA or DLLS. That was to do with flashing, but it's gone now. So I had it on DLSS. Or the fancy one, whatever it is. So stop flashing now. It happens on the odd occasion. I don't know why. I'm actually Great. Trucker Finger says, I'm actually on a 16,000 kilometre job at the moment, South America to South Korea. Nice one. G Cook Scotland's with us. Nice, you got the 737-900. I did, G Cook, for you guys. Bit of variety, and we're going to start learning more stuff. Cherokee, good to hear, Gripper, and about buttons. Don't be tempted to put soda cream into her injured paw. It's a poisonous for jog. Yeah, I thought with regards to Button's paw, Cherokee, yeah, I wouldn't put anything on I don't know about. I go to the vet, and I went to the vet. I'm keeping an eye on her paw like a hawk, because it can then get worse. So I take the collar off, give her a little bit of a back rub and all that kind of stuff, because she's kind of frustrated. Let her clean herself and stuff for 5 minutes while I'm watching her so she doesn't lick her paw. And it seems to be healing well. So if she limps again, I've decided if she starts limping tomorrow morning, I'm bringing her to the vet to double check. But say I don't want to bring her to the vet because it's stressful for the dog, but I'll have to. I'll be hearing Robert says in my sleep tonight. Red Cap, sorry, yeah. Robert's helping us to learn, you see. Clappy D came. Clappy D, we're going to look at the recording now. Red Cap says, so true, I was SO22 in the Airbus. Yeah, so Cherokee is oh, you were Cherokee, really? I was SO, what's SO? SO 2022 in the Airbus. That's to do with safety stuff. Sorry, bad day. Some of the safety stuff is great, like human performance I find fascinating, do you know? I must accept the reality. Robert has stolen my crown. No, Cherokee, you're still you're all the king. You're the king. No, you're not thrown aside, Cherokee. I'm getting in trouble here. Cherokee, no, you're not. This is fucking crazy, man. What's going on here, folks? Cherokee, no, I'm sorry. It's just I didn't see you there. My apologies. Robert's on the other side. You see, he's on Twitch. Cherokee, I look over. I just didn't have the window open. That's my fault. Otherwise, I go, yeah. Like, look, it's just the way I have the windows operated. Departing or arriving. Quaso, greetings. We're just arrived. We're going to do the replay now. We're going to stream again tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Irish UK time as well. Floppy D, thanks a million for putting the stream, the Discord on there. You're a hero. Floppy D, don't forget to hit the like button, folks, as well. You'll always be wooden cheese to me, Cheddar. Very good. I'm not doing another flight. No, Quaso. This is going crazy here, but tomorrow night I'll be on. I'm going to do the replay now and see if I can. No, I can't. I haven't got time, man. I'm sorry. I got to do more of these tests that I'm giving out about. Scooby's here. Hey, Gripper. It's me, Evan McCarthy. Just changed my name for son's YouTube or something IDK. Oh, great, Scooby. So you're yeah, Evan. Great. Nice one. Sorry you joined so late and you missed most of the stream. Oisk says, any plans for VATSIM, Gripper? I thought about the VATSIM, but it might, at the moment it might isolate everybody, right? Because they don't want to, they can't go on fly along with the VATSIM. So I want people to be able to fly along, but I haven't forgotten about it. I want to do it. I just need the time. It's the time. So between learning new aircraft, I got to learn this one now, and I got to learn the ATR that's coming out very soon. And I got to learn aircraft. Then I get to it. If I had the time, if I could do this all day, I'd do it all day. I'd do it all day if I could, you know, really, because it's great fun. So thanks. I hope I caught up there. So that's it. It is something I want to do, and I did it actually the test and it gave me grief, but I will get to it. Choose the buttons going absolutely ballistic. Got your buttons? Yeah. There she is. Can you see on the side there? Oh, pretty dog. It's climbing all over me. Okay, folks, so replay time. Replay. You got a new subscriber. Jay Hummelstorm subscribe. Hey Jay, how you doing? Jay and Quaso now have just subscribed there. Quaso was chatting away. Quaso, are we chatting away, Quaso? Yes. How are you doing? Are you doing another flight? Not yet, but seeing two of you have joined there and getting the replay ready here. Replay. Pause, replay. Let's see replay. We'll do the takeoff. Let's see if we scrape the tail, because I believe these aircraft, I believe the 900, because it's so much like buttons, you're going to have to hang on and man up now, right? Because these aircraft have such a long tail, I believe, and it looks like it. Look, you're going to get a tail strike. They're going to get loads of tail strikes. How did they get away with that? So we're going to see the takeoff now. Oh, it's a replay. Let's go to the takeoff here for the replay. Resume replay. Let's get the... Wow, that's too sensitive. Reset cap. That was way too sensitive. So I did a road. Let's get the sun behind us. Look how long it is. So let's just have a look here and see how close the tail gets when we rotate. Good talk. You just be patient. And do those things then shortly. So let's have a look here and see. So it's a Mini, right? Changed from 4-seater to an 8-seater. The Mini is a great car. I think they've stuffed it up a bit, folks. I know. I wonder why Ryanair didn't go for Airbus, you know? Oh, it's very close to the ground there, wasn't it? You know? Very close. Robert Time says, with flaps 5, the 900 only has 50 centimetres tail clearance. Tail will strike slightly above 10 degrees on rotation then. Wow. Well, that is not a great margin, is it? What, we're gonna... the cab down. You can't see her in the camera. Look, look! Oh, God. I can't do a turn around now, buttons. I gotta look after buttons. But tomorrow evening. It's 7 o'clock Irish UK time. I gotta get a camera so you can see everything behind me. Do you know? So you can see maybe from top down or something. I can put a camera behind me somewhere so you can see, because it's hilarious when you see producer buttons getting up to mischief. Okay, here we go. Here's the approach. What did I do for our landing? I followed the ILS as much as it wanted me to, and it was halfway down the runway by the time we got there. You know, let's get that view with the 3 wheels, isn't it? Will I get the tail in there as well? Will we this time? There we go. Maybe zoom in a little bit there like that. There we go. We'll do that for the first picture. There we go. For the first replay. So I had to point the nose down below the horizon there. I didn't like that. It's very pitchy. It didn't feel like that. Okay, the poppies are good. Just hang tight, just buttons. I might have to bring it back tomorrow just to check that phone. Where's me? There we go. All the puppies. All good. Happy days. Edwin. Hey, Edwin F. He says, I have the 3090, which is going to get... I have the 3090 and I was going to get the 4090, but I was thinking of holding up for the 5090. Alright, okay. Loose Ryanair landing, folks. Loose, scare the shit out of the passengers. But I was thinking of holding up for the 5090. What do you think? Is the upgrade worth it, or is it better to wait for something even better? Well, Edwin, right, with the getting graphics cards, I've discovered is I had a... It's down to money, right? If you have it, right? I always say put it in a tin and forget about it. Just don't look in the tin, ever. Every 6 months look in the tin and go, holy shit, right? Don't look in it. Don't look in the tin. So anyway, when you have the money, right? The problem is that every year they're going to come out with a new graphics card, okay? And they want to keep you replacing your graphics card. Your graphics card will last for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, right? These days. So with the 4090, it has been the biggest jump for many. I think one guy on YouTube said ever in performance for performance to price ratio. He was saying it's the biggest jump in performance price ratio ever. So you're getting a great deal for performance in this particular, going from the, I went from the 3080 Ti to the 4090, and I'm getting an extra 50-60% in frames with Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is the hardest, most GPU hungry app you can think of. So I went from the 3080 Ti for the 4090 for that reason. I think now is a good time to get one because the prices have come down. We don't know what's going to happen. The economy's in a really weird shape now, so we don't know what's going to happen in the future. So would I recommend you get one now? And it is subjective. Well, all I can say is I got one. I thought it was a good jump. It was a big jump because the 5090 is it going to be even better? You know. Also, you got to keep an eye on this one, right? The 4090, I had to declock the card. I had to bring it down because it was getting too hot. And that was because of the chip, actually. Sorry, the card is fine. It doesn't overheat at all. The chip does. The 13900K. But it's a good time to buy a graphics card. Like when I jumped from the 2080 to the 3080, there wasn't much performance there. I was a little bit disappointed. But now with the 4090, it was a big jump. So is the jump going to be just as big for the 5090? Is it going to cost more than this one? I don't know. But also, you got to think about your time. You're going to wait for another year. Do you want to wait for another year for a faster graphics card? And then when next year comes, you're going to wait for the 6090. Do you know? So a lot of stuff. So Clappy D says, Clappy Bolt, RAM 36GB processor, 13900K, GPU 4090. Yeah. Good stuff. Oh. Okay, but just once we're going to go soon. I better go, folks. Oh no, we got 3 more replays to do. This is a difficult stream. Yes, but just once. Of course, you gotta see this. Once. Relax. It just looks so funny with the hood on it. Okay, the next replay here we're going to do from where was it? Reset cam. I think we did the side, isn't it? Look at the sun. Yeah, let's go there. Let's see how far the tail was away from the ground of this one, shall we? And resume replay. Now, there's practically no difference between flying this and a 700. I didn't bother with the 800. There's practically no difference. One question I have actually for y'all, if you can answer Cherokee, I don't know, and Robert Times there. Oh, I missed that. I get the button scan. Robert thinks that, get the button scan back. I will. I'll work on it right after the stream. So at the time. A little time. So, I didn't see the tail there. Let's have a look at this. So I wonder when has there been many instances of tail strikes, folks? What do you think? There's no shadow. Yeah, it's far enough away. It's okay. It's just taking off then. There we go. Check the buff mentioned video. Okay, we'll do. I get the button scan back. She's jumping around in a minute. She's in great form. She's feeling better. I'd say she's got a bit of a sting in her paw though still. Okay, so passenger view is next. Passenger view, folks. This side is better. And then we're good for today. Passenger view. Edwin says, I have a 590X and I was just thinking to upgrade to the 7800 and see how the sim did. Yeah, the graphics, it takes a bit of research, doesn't it? But the 4090 I think is a great deal at the moment. The way things were, it was crazy. 4090, you know, that's the problem. You know, if you have the money, you can get a new one every year. If you had, like, you know, new one every year. I don't think many people can afford to do that. But I think that you're a good time to be buying the 4090, in my opinion, which is not necessarily expert. But I threw the money out at it, and I don't regret it because it's shit lot faster. I'm looking for frames per second I'm getting, right? I was getting. Here, let me compare it to you. Right, just let me compare it to you. I'm not trying to sell it to you. Where is MSI Afterburner? Sorry, I'll do that again. I'm sorry. Just do that. So, look at the frames we're getting here, right? Considering we're flying the PMDG and a big airport, 56. I was getting like, at this point, if you remember, folks, I was getting like 20 frames a second. 24 frames. And I was going, oh yeah, 24 is fine. You know, it's like the movies. No, I'm getting 56 frames a second there. And that's in the PMDG in the heavy scenery. So, there you go. Now, in a smaller airplane, it's 100. And the TBM, so it's 100. Any other aircraft, it's 100. You know, big jets, though, it takes a lot of power. Let me do that again, because I screwed that up on you. So I think the 1490 is a good one. Pause and back. Do the other window, shall we? So you can see there, 64, 65. That would be unheard of, you know. That's more than what you need, you know. And that's as low as it'll get, you know. And it's so smooth. I mean, the whole stream is much smoother with that 1490. Look, let's put it this way: if you buy the 1490, you won't be disappointed. Oos! On our landing. There we go. Happy days. Okay, folks. So that's another night. I better look after producing buttons. I'll read the last comment here for OISC. No, it was OISC there in Microsoft Flight Simulator. On Ultra settings, 1490 is not fully utilized. It is usually when it matters, the CPU unlimited. Yeah, another thing I didn't mention is my settings are up at Ultra, more than Ultra. They're at Ultra, and I've loaded a lot of stuff up. So don't forget that as well. There's no difference really between Ultra and high end, but there is in performance. Now I went down to 28 frames a second because I activated another window. I forgot. Also remember, I got 3 monitors going here, and I'm streaming as well, and that takes an awful lot of bandwidth. So remember, right, with this, what you're seeing here is not, this will be much higher. So I got 3 monitors going, I'm streaming, I got all windows up to Yazoo here with, you know, all sorts of programs open as well. So with that, it's a no-brainer, really, you know. So there you go, folks. Thank you so much for visiting us today and coming along. Thank you, Robert Times, as well. Cherokee, thanks to you as well. Thank you to everyone, really. The Clappy D, thank you for your helping out all the time and answering questions and putting stuff on and putting the advertisements for the Discord on and all that kind of stuff. All of you, Redcap, Cherokee, Trucker Fingers, Sergio, Redcap. I can't read all the members. I wonder is there a way I can get a list of everyone who's just been on. So look, folks, I better go. And what will happen is I'll see you tomorrow on this is again. We'll fly from somewhere else to somewhere else, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Thanks a million, guys, and ciao ciao.